Good morning. I want you to think about someone strong in your life. What comes to mind? Are you thinking about someone that's emotionally strong or someone that's physically strong? Well, physical strength is the ability for a person to exert power over an object. So I want you to think in terms of like a power lifter. You know, those athletes have to be super, super strong in order to lift those heavy weights. So how's that different from endurance? Well, endurance is actually the ability for the body to go aerobically for a long period of time. So I want you to picture like a marathon runner. Now, those athletes are also just as strong, but it takes a different type of strength than that of a power lifter. So today we're going to be talking about the difference between the strength and also endurance. Good morning, Nell Bell. Good to see you. All right, so specifically we're going to be talking about the benefits of strength training. We're going to talk about some activities involved in strength training. And we're going to also be talking about the benefits of endurance and also the activities involved in that as well. So I want to welcome you to this morning session of Transform Your Life in 15 Minutes. My name is McAdams, and I'm an author. I'm also an accounting professor and a certified life coach. I specialize in personal and small business finance and fitness. I help people reach their goals. All right, so I hope you're excited about today's broadcast because we're also, in addition to finishing out my book, which of course is Your Body, the Perfect Life, How to Find Your True Balance and How to Find Your True Purpose and Live a Balanced Life. I'm also going to be introducing the new book that we're going to be starting for the next month. All right, so this is the last broadcast I'm going to be doing on my book, so it's kind of a little sad for me, but not sad and such that, happy that we're moving on, but sad that we didn't get to finish everything. We only got to go into the living room and the kitchen. There's so much more in my book. But again, I promise I will keep you posted about when it's coming out, and I will also have a sign up for those, and I'll give you a special discount for those that have been watching my broadcast. So again, as it comes a little closer to me being able to make that announcement, I will definitely let you know. All right, so let's get back to what we're talking about today. Let me grab me some water. All right, so we're going to talk about what are the benefits of strength training. Well, strength training helps you change your body composition. It helps you improve your physical performance. Strength training helps you build lean muscle, and it also helps you lose your body fat. Now, I know when it comes to women particularly, we're just reluctant to do any type of strength training exercise, but I tell you, hands down, outside of nutrition, hands down, is one of the best activities that you can do to help change your body. Okay, one of the best activities that you can do to help change your body. And I know we have all these misconceived notions like, oh, I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. I don't want to have that big muscular, manly looking body frame. But let me tell you, from a personal experience, remember I said, I think I've told you this a couple times in the previous broadcast. By the way, they're all recorded. You can watch them on my YouTube channel. Just search for me, P.M. McAdams. But I explained that I actually did a bodybuilding contest, and it was back in 1999. And I want to say I probably started off maybe like 130 pounds, somewhere around there, maybe 120, 130 pounds. And I was lifting, again, I was doing a bodybuilding contest, so I was lifting heavy. Now, when I say heavy, this is what I mean. I was leg pressing 630 pounds. Yes, me. I was leg pressing 630 pounds. To give you an example of what that means, those 45 plates, those 45-pound plates, I had seven of them on each side of the machine that I was pushing with my legs. 630 pounds. Now, I don't recall how much I was chest pressing or bench pressing at the time. I don't recall that amount just because I don't remember that number. I just remember 745 plates, which is 630 pounds. But I was lifting really, really heavy. I got down to just lean muscle. I got down to 108 pounds and 8% body fat. Okay. And when I was saying I was lifting heavy, I was lifting heavy. Like my workout partners were men. Okay. So matter of fact, I found some pictures. Now, let me show you what it looked like. Let me start off with this one right here. Okay. Hopefully you can see this. Yeah, you can see this. Okay. So this was me. So see how lean I am? I don't look, the face kind of, remember, this is bodybuilding. So we all kind of look like aliens because we had to deplete, all the water out of our body. But this is what it looked like right here. Okay? Lifting heavy. I want you to understand that as women, it's not natural for us to get really thick. Like these were the people in my weight class. By the way, I think I got third in this particular competition right here. Second or third, I can't remember. Okay? As women, we don't get naturally thick and bulky because we don't make the testosterone that we need in order to get that. And if you do see women that are like big and bulky and manly looking, is because they're taking steroids. They're having some type of enhancements to get them that way. It is not natural for us. So I don't want you to be scared about lifting weights, and particularly about lifting heavy weights. Because if you think of this like really simplistically, your body is made up of bones, muscles, and fat. Okay, just really simplistically, bones, muscle, and fat. Okay, so what are you trying to train here? Okay, you're saying, okay, I want to burn fat. Well, if you burn fat and you don't have a lot of muscles, that's when you get the skinny fat. You know how you see those people that are really skinny, but they don't look healthy. There's no muscular tone. They look sickly kind of. All right, so that's when you get the term skinny fat. Well, if you build your muscle, you're going to get leaner and you're going to look stronger. So I'll give you an example. You can actually take, two 150-pound people, two women that both weigh 150 pounds. Well, one of them lifts weights and the other one doesn't. The one that lifts weights, you're going to be able to tell because you're going to see definition in her body, and she's going to look slimmer, sleeker, because muscle is sleeker inside. Okay, it's slimmer. Whereas opposed to the regular person that's 150 pound that has a high body fat content, they weigh the exact same on the scale, but physically you will definitely see the difference between the one that lifts weights and the one that don't. So I don't want you to be afraid of lifting weights. It's one of the best things that you can do. And also don't be afraid of lifting heavy, because remember, talk about muscular strength. Whenever you're getting into the gym to lift, you first have to build muscle. And the first thing that we do as women, we go and find those little 5-pound weights, and we do, I call them dog biscuits. Okay, little 5 pounds. You're just constantly doing bicep curls with 5 pounds. What is that doing for you? Now, initially, maybe 5 pounds initially was heavy for you. Maybe, okay? But let's put it this way. It's like a gallon of milk, okay? Really? I mean, seriously, really. But anyway, initially it may, let's say you find a weight and then it may be heavy for you, but over time your body's going to get used to that. And you say, oh, I want to tone. What is it that you're toning? If you didn't build the muscle, what are you toning? Are you toning the little muscle that's in there? Well, again, keep in mind, our bodies are powerful machines. So even though you naturally are going to have some muscle within your body, right? If you're just toning that, again, once you start doing those 5 pounds, maybe after the first couple of times, it's not doing any gains for you because your body's going to get used to that. You have to lift heavy first. You have to activate those muscles. You have to tense them, and you have to make them tear, like the muscle tearing. That's what you feel, the pain. You have to tear those muscles. And it sounds like it's, oh, that hurts, I'm tearing muscle. But it's really just the activation. So when you're lifting heavy, what you're doing is you activate the muscles, and how it activates it tears them, and then it rebuilds because muscle rebuilds, and it rebuilds longer and slimmer. Okay, so I don't want you to be afraid of lifting weights because it's one of the best things that you can do in order to change your body composition. All right, so let's talk about some of the activities. Now, when you're first starting off with lifting weights, the recommendation is body weight exercises. Okay, so you can do things like push-ups, you can do lunges, you can do squats, and you can do dips. Okay, so just use your body weight because your body weight is going to be enough to exert some energy on those muscles initially, okay? And even, again, like I love doing body weight exercises. You see me doing push-ups, I'm doing core, and I'm usually doing my lunges without weights because I have torn meniscus on my knees. So I'm usually doing lunges if I can. And then also I'm doing squats, all right? So those are the first type you want to start off with is body weight exercises. Then you could also go to the tubing. So I have some examples of some tubing here. Like this is an example of a tubing here. Like you can do all sorts of exercises with it. You can do bicep curls with this. Like all the just about any type of exercise you can do in or out of thighs with these. You can do tricep with these. But this is one example of a tubing. And then another example of tubing right here. These bands, tubings and bands, are also very good for working out, okay? And usually the bands come in different colors, and the colors are usually, you can also tell by the thickness too. It determines the strength right here, the flexibility of these bands. So different colors are going to be different weights, okay? Now, if you're following me on Instagram, and actually also my Facebook page as well, I do post some videos on tone and muscle, and sometimes I'm using bands, and then sometimes I'm using free weights. When I'm using the bands, I have what is called the door anchor strap, and I actually filmed a video if you want to find it on YouTube, where it's how to make this door anchor strap, and it's basically something that you already have in your home. All right, so these are some activities that you can use for strength training, and then of course you can go to the weight machines. Okay, now the weight machines are really good because it's going to assist you with your form, and it's going to also help you with the range of motion. And there are all types of weight machines for all body parts, like you name it, they have it in the gyms. And a lot of times, if you are going to the gym with the body weight machines, I recommend that you get a personal trainer, or when you initially sign up, have someone show you what the machines, what they do, and what the benefits are. Now, you can actually read it on the machine. Like, they always have really great diagrams. They have like the skeleton system. They show you the muscles that they work. But some of those machines can be intimidating. Some of them can be complex. So don't be afraid to ask. And even if you don't have a personal trainer, don't be afraid to ask someone that's using the machine, can you kind of explain this to me? Or if you see someone in the gym, because generally speaking, you know, people that are in the gym, they're so healthy and not necessarily so healthy, but they're happy because they're in there lifting weights, and they're, you know, or they're working out, and so they have those endorphins flowing. So it's just, you know, don't be afraid to go up to someone and say, oh, do you know how to use this machine? Would you mind helping me? And then, of course, you can graduate to the free weights. Now, those are my favorites. Now, the free weights is going to give you the full range of motions, okay? So, whereas the machine is going to assist you, the free weight is full range of motion. And it's important that you have the correct form. Oh, gosh, like a lot of times when I'm going in the gym, I literally have to kind of close my eyes and just kind of focus on myself when I'm working out, because I see people that are lifting and their form is horrific, and I don't want to be like the know-it-all, like, sorry, you're doing this wrong. But sometimes I can't help myself, particularly if it's women. If I see women in the gym doing something that's incorrect, I'll go over there and I'll politely say, you know, do you mind if I correct your form? And then I just, you know, usually they're so like, oh, thank you so much. But a lot of times, like, I would be doing it all the time. So I say, okay, just stay focused on yourself. But you want to make sure that you do have the correct form when you're dealing with the free weights, because you are using the full range of motion. All right, so let's talk about the endurance training. So endurance training is different from cardio training. Like, cardio, again, is cardiovascular. They use those two terms interchangeably, but they're really different. And to explain the difference, I don't want to get too technical and complicated, because it's also about the energy burning system between the two. But just to kind of explain the difference between the two, I want to use an example. Now, remember, I told you that endurance training is a training that enables you to endure longer, right? So think in terms of a marathon runner. They have to be able to run for a long period of time. So they're going to exert less energy per time, but they have to be able to last a long period of time. Okay, so a marathon runner has a good cardiovascular base, right? He's trained. He's trained his heart. Remember, cardio or cardiovascular has to deal with your heart and your lungs and the blood vessels, right? The vascular system is your veins and all of those stuff, arteries and all that. But anyway, so take that same athlete who's a marathon runner, who's an endurance marathon runner, and you put them in a pool and just have them swim for like 30 minutes. About 10 minutes, if not before then, that athlete is going to tire out. Why? Because he hasn't developed the endurance of that type of training. Now, cardiovascularly, he's strong, right? But he doesn't have the endurance. So there is a difference between cardio and endurance. So I want you to understand that. So what are the benefits of endurance? Well, similar to that of cardiovascular, in that it's going to help your heart get stronger, because you have to be able to last a longer period of time. Your heart is a muscle, right? So it's going to have to be able to work harder to pump the blood to your muscles for you to be able to last a long period of time. Well, endurance training, the benefit is also going to be that it's going to help your lungs as well, because again, it has to work harder and longer for you to be able to last. Now, you may think about what are some of the activities that involve in endurance training. Well, you have like your walking, and you have your running, you have your cycling, you have your swimming, and dancing. All of those are like endurance training. Just remember, when it comes to endurance training, we're talking about any activity that enables you to endure for a long period of time. All right, well, I hope this was helpful for you. Again, the main thing that I wanted to talk about was the benefits of strength training, and then also mention some of the activities involved in that, and also the benefits of endurance training and the activities involved in that type of exercise as well. Again, for women, don't be afraid to lift heavy. Don't be afraid to, if you want to change your body composition, that is one of the ways to do it. And trust me, I am a cardio junkie, so I love cardio, and I'm not knocking cardio. I'm just saying that if you want to try something different, you want to try something effective, in my opinion, a little bit more effective, then get in. You have weights at home, go ahead and lift those weights. All right, let's move on to our yoga. All right. So as I forgot to mention, before I do move on to yoga, two things. One is that I will not be broadcasting tomorrow. I'm having my surgery again today. Again, the surgery is for my deviated septum, so I'm having that this afternoon. So I will not be able to broadcast tomorrow. I've already, talked to my doctor, saying, my doctor said, oh, would I be able to do this? And it's like, Pia, rest. Okay, let your body rest. All right, so I will not be broadcasting tomorrow, and I'll let you know regarding Monday. And I also want to let you know and announce to you the new book that we're going to be starting for next month. And I'm kind of disappointed because tomorrow is July 1st, right? So I will be starting a new book on July 1st. But the new book that we're going to be reading next month is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective, Successful People by Dr. Stephen Covey. All right, so if you've read that book or if you've heard of that book, that's what we're going to be discussing for the month of July. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our yoga. And this is and that's another thing too. With this surgery that I'm having, I'm going to have to modify the yoga routines because I won't be able to do inverted poses for probably at least 2 weeks. Okay, so I'll just modify the yoga routine so that my nose doesn't bleed, because I've been pre-warned that if I do inverted poses, then I could have gushing nosebleeds, and I don't want to have to do that on air. I don't want to do it, period, let alone on the air. All right, so let's go to yoga. We're going to start off in a tabletop position. So that means I want your palms directly underneath your shoulders. I want your knees directly underneath your hips. So you're on your hands and knees, by the way. And we're just going to stay there for a few minutes and just kind of get used to our body and see where we are this morning. All right, so let me go ahead and put on the music. In the meantime, you go ahead and grab your mat, right? Or whatever you're going to use, a towel or just on your bare floor. Well, hopefully it's carpeted, unless you do have something, because hardwood floors are kind of hard. But anyway, go ahead and get ready as I start this music. And remember, it's a practice, so I want you to join in with me. And immediately after this, then I'll lead you into a 5-minute guided meditation. And by the way, for the month of July, we're doing totally different. So it's going to be a different type of meditation and different yoga routines. And then, of course, we're going to be reading the 7 habits. So I'm so super excited about the change. Okay, let's get started. So make sure your fingers are spread out nice and wide. Palms are directly underneath your hips, your shoulders, and your knees are directly underneath your hips. And just kind of stay right here again. Just kind of get used to what your body's feeling like this morning. It's a new day. See if there's any aches or pains or stresses or negative energy that's surrounding or inside of you. And just try to clear them. Just kind of move back and forth. Maybe wiggle your head around side to side, up and down. Let's take those hips side to side. Looking over my right shoulder, move my hips over to the left. And then switching sides. All right, let's go ahead and return back to tabletop. And let's go ahead and get some cat-cows in. So I want you to inhale. I want your chest coming forward as you drop your belly down toward the mat. Forehead goes up toward the sky. And as you exhale, I want you to drop your chin down toward your chest, round to the spine, and tuck your pelvic under. Inhale. And exhale. Now do this a couple more times. Again, just using your breath. And really tapping inward to see what's going on inside of your body. Your body talks to you all the time. We have all these distractions where we just don't know how to listen to it. But if there's something going on, any aches or pains, even the diseases that are happening, it's your body's way of trying to talk with you, trying to get your attention. So let's go ahead and be proactive and listen ahead of time before it has to actually go to drastic measures to get your attention. Let's go ahead and turn to the tabletop. Then I want you to curl your toes under. And let's take it to downward facing dog. And begin to pedal those legs. Now, this downward facing dog is a resting position. It can be strenuous for some of you. Feel free to modify by taking your legs to the outer edges of your mat and do a wide-legged downward facing dog. Or you can stay in tabletop, or you can even go down to child's pose, just depending on what your body feels like this morning. Some of you want to kind of rest for a little bit before we get started. And I'll cue you to let you know when we're about to move on. Let's come up on the top of our toes. And exhale, roll down to the balls of your feet, all the way down to the heels. Let's do that again. Inhale, come up all the way on the top of your tippy toes. And exhale, roll down to the balls of your feet, all the way down to the heels. Try to get the heels down. All right, go ahead and come up in downward facing dog if you're not already there. And as you inhale, I want you to bring that left knee in toward your chest. Let's go ahead and bring your chin toward your chest at the same time. And as you exhale, I want you to extend that left leg all the way back. Press your chest toward that right thigh and knee. Let's go ahead and bend that left knee and open up the hip. Now continue to breathe. Press the armpits down toward the mat. Now go ahead and bring that left foot forward toward the fingertips, and let's take it up to the high lunge. Now in the high lunge, your arms go up, palms are facing each other, fingertips go up toward the sky, hips drop down toward the mat. Remember, if this is too much strain or stress, feel free to bring your palms together at the heart center and modify the pose. You can also release that back knee down and take it to a low lunge. Relax those shoulders, get them away from the ears. Just kind of open up the arms, bring in some more positive energy. Forehead goes all the way up to the sky. All right, go ahead and bring the palms together. Bring it down at heart center, and as you exhale, I want you to rotate. We're taking that right armpit on the other part of that left knee. Now again, I want you to press those palms together, and I want you to lift up your chest. Lift up your torso so that your chest is opening up. So I don't want you to collapse and rest on this left knee. I want you to press those palms together and take the belly button away from the thighs. Release the fingertips toward the mat. The opposite arm goes straight up. And really open up that chest more and drop those hips down toward the mat. All right, let's go ahead and bring both palms down. Flat. Take that left foot back and let's hold plank. Couple breaths here, 3 breaths here in the plank position. Remember, fingers are spread out nice and wide. In this plank position, push your body weight toward your heels. All right, go ahead and press it back to downward facing dog. And go ahead and pedal again. Remember, we're resting, so if you need to, release your knees. Take those hips side to side. Come up on my toes again. Just do what feels comfortable in this position. All right, getting ready to move on. Come back to downward facing dog. If you're not already there. This time we're going to bring the right knee in toward your chest. Chin comes toward the knee. And as you exhale, extend that right leg all the way back. Press your chest toward the left thigh and knee. Bend that right knee to open up the hip. Continue to breathe. Nice, deep ujjayi breaths. All right, go ahead and bring that right foot forward toward the fingertips. And let's take it up to the high lunge. Make sure your hips are nice and squared. Again, go inward and see where it feels tight, where there's tension inside of your body. And direct your breath toward those tight areas. Go ahead and open up the palms as you inhale. Forehead goes up to the sky. And then bring those palms together as you exhale down the heart center as you rotate. Again, press your torso away from your thigh. Continue to breathe nice, deep ujjayi breaths. Release the fingertips down toward the mat. Opposite arm goes straight up. Now again, your gaze follows your thumb, but if it's too much strain and stress on your neck, feel free to look forward or to look down. I like to look forward so I can check my position in the camera. All right, let's go ahead and bring both palms flat. Take that right foot back, and we're going to hold plank. 3 deep breaths. All right, let's go ahead and push it back to plank. Downward facing dog. Keep your palms flat. Go ahead and walk your feet in toward your palms. Bend your knees if you need to. Just try to keep your palms flat on the mat. And just forward fold here for just a second. Then I want you to slowly round it up. Take it one vertebrae at a time. Just kind of take your time here, making sure that your head is the last to rise. All right, let's come to mountain pose. Feet directly underneath your hips or together where it feels comfortable to you. Fingertips down by your side. Your head is a natural extension of your spine. Shoulders are drawn down and back. Take a nice deep breath. As you inhale, bring into the positive energy. And as you exhale, forward fold. Place your palms flat on the mat. As you walk your feet out toward the outer edge of the mat, they're pointing at an angle, and as you exhale, release your sits bones, your tailbone, all the way down toward the mat. Now you're using your elbows to push out on those inner thighs. Bring the palms together at the heart center, and as you exhale, bow the head down. All right, go ahead and release the left palm down as you take the right arm up and over. Don't forget, try to get that armpit in as close as you can toward that thigh. And then switch. All right, go ahead and release both palms down. Then slowly take the palms behind you. Slowly transition your body down to a comfortable seated position. Cross-legged, facing forward. And let's take our fingertips down toward the mat. All right, let's go ahead and take a nice deep breath. Inhaling. And exhale. Return those fingertips all the way down. Just kind of take your time. Again, nice deep breath, inhaling. And exhaling. One more time, nice deep breath, inhaling. This time we're going to greet the palms together at the very top. Exhale down through the center. And add your bow. Namaste. Now we're ready for meditation. Take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, I want you to close your eyes and just release your chin down toward your chest. As you inhale, your chin comes up, forehead goes up toward the sky, all the way up. And as you exhale, release the chin back down toward the chest. Just take your time. Again, as you inhale, chin comes up, forehead goes up toward the sky. And as you exhale, release your chin down toward your chest. Again, nice deep breath. Inhale, Chin comes all the way up. Forehead goes up toward the sky. And this time as you exhale, release your chin forward so that your head is a natural extension of the spine. Keep your eyes closed and continue to breathe. Nice deep ujjayi breaths. Now as you settle into the natural rhythm of the breath, I want you to know that throughout this practice that you may hear some sounds. You may hear sounds inside of the room, outside of the room. These sounds are not distractions nor disruptions. They're simply what's happening in and around you as you meditate. Just focus on your breath. What you notice as your mind starts to wander, the thoughts are popping around in your head. Just gently push those aside and continue to follow your breath as you inhale deeply through your nose and exhale through your mouth. I want you to guide your attention as you inhale to your stomach and your chest rising as you breathe in and falling as you're exhaling, breathing out. I want you to simply observe the sensation of your breath moving in and out of your body. Notice the mind as it wanders. Just go ahead and release that thought and return your attention to your breath. I want you to forget about the past and don't think about the future. Just focus on the present, the here and the now. As your mind starts to wander, just bring your attention right back to the breath. Just let go any judgments or expectations that you have and just focus on your breath. Just sitting still and breathing. Just be comfortable in the stillness. Just following your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Go ahead and give me a nice deep breath. Inhaling through your nose And exhale through your mouth. Again, deep breath, inhaling through your nose. And exhaling through your mouth. One more time, nice deep breath, inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Now go ahead and open up your eyes as you release, relax, and return refreshed and calm. You've done something good for yourself today. Thank you for including me in on your meditation practice, and also thank you for taking the time to watch this Transform Your Life in 15 minutes. Remember, I will not be broadcasting live tomorrow, but I will hopefully see you again on Monday. Have a great day. Bye.